There's been a lot of talk on the forums about hotkeys and whatnot, and I don't know all the hotkeys, so this video is going to go a little slower as I read some of them that I have no clue what they are. Because I don't know everything about all the hotkeys, feel free in the forum to make a comment and say, hey, what's this one do? If I don't totally understand it, because there are members in the forum that know all this stuff. To bring up your hotkey menu, you're going to hit escape, and then you're going to hit options. First I want you to look at the UI options, and just take a look at some of this stuff. Some of this stuff I use, some of it I don't, but the stuff that I use I found that are useful, like the training and tech progress. If I'm training villagers and I notice there are no villagers being trained and I haven't gotten as many as I wanted yet, or if I notice that I'm upgrading my armory and that armory is done, I can look to the bottom right corner of my screen and notice that, and then click on my armory and upgrade the next thing. I like seeing the game time. Not all maps show the game time. Health bars don't usually use. Friend or foe colors, no. Invert shift, no. Find hotkeys, snap to unit, yes. So if you hit the V button to find a villager, it'll snap it to that villager. I don't need hints. I like to see the vanity gear. Not everybody else does though. One-click garrison. Some people use. I don't. It's where when you have a group selected, you don't have to hold the shift key and click it in. All you have to do is click it. And disable friend notifications I have also. Now you could do easy drag, military. I don't remember how that works. And this is what allows you to do the camera rotation. So you can hold the shift plus the wheel button. So for you people that were asking about it, this is where you go, is game options. And graphics and sounds does not matter. So we'll go to the hotkey section. In this section you have a lot of things in this left area, but there's not many in the right area. So this is going to go actually fairly quick. So in the first section you have your quest log, which is L, toggle inventory, I, trade, if you're going to trade in game, tribute your ally, F6, in-game menu, F10, your toggle consumable bar, which is where you put the 4 types of consumables you want to use each game, that will appear or disappear, and that by default's off. I use these all the time, F1 through F4, to use your consumables so you don't have to go up and click it. Your advisor bar, which is just like your consumable bar but on the other side while you play the game, that one's default off. Flare the map, which is that little beacon that you put on the map. You click that one thing and put it on the map and it lights it up to let your ally know. You could make a hotkey for that. Toggle friend or foe colors, and toggle in-game time. If you have it on and you don't want the timer to be seen, you can turn it off. Chat hotkeys. If you want to go to the chat, just hit enter. Chat reply to whisper, you can hit Control R or \R. \R is not in there, but that's what I do. And scroll your chat up or down, is page up or page down. And to hide your chat window, if you're in game and you don't want to see it, you can hit F12, or now you can hit that little button to get rid of it. Camera hotkeys. I don't see many of us using these because this pans the camera and the view of the game. We all usually use a mouse to do all this kind of stuff. Not many of us take our hand off the mouse. or use our left hand to look around, but you can look through these and see. But in my opinion, maybe some people use this. I don't. I just use the mouse to look at everything I need to. Capital City hotkeys: View Technology T, View Gear G, Advisors A, your Mail M, Quests Q, and there's other ones that you can add that are turned off by default and whatnot. But if you really want to use those, you can put a command in there. Now you see how that A is orange, and you see at the bottom here, at the bottom left next to default all, I have allow conflicts. You're going to need that checked, because in this one, unit control hotkeys, you see how I have A? It's because the A is being used twice. And you can use things multiple times as long as they're not in the same part of the game. You know, one's in your home city, one's in gameplay. It's two separate things. For unit control hotkeys, you have stop, which is like my favorite key now. So if I want to stop all my units, you hit that. If you have a big group and you're bunched up, sometimes a few units will run ahead and then stop, but for the majority it works. Attack move, you hit A and then you click on the map, and they will go to that spot unless they see troops. And then what will happen is, if you have arrows, they'll stop and shoot them. If you have a melee unit or cavalry unit, they'll chase them down and attack them. Stand ground means exactly what it says, you don't move. Aggressive stance, if anything comes close to you, you chase them down and try to kill them. Pack and unpack for your pals and stone throwers. I want you to take a look at this next section here. You know how when you hit the delete key, it brings up a window that says, "Are you sure?" Well, you can hit the delete key for that. The alternate one is the number delete key. That's the same thing, but the one underneath that doesn't ask you. If you hit delete, it's going to delete it every time. So, but I used that once and I ended up deleting the wrong thing, and I guess I caught myself hitting the delete key when I didn't mean to delete something, so I went back to the normal way. Move all military units. Convert gate to wall. Convert wall to gate, sorry. Selection group hotkeys. Right, to select a group already mated, you just hit 0 through 9. Add to group, you really don't need to use these, because I'll explain an easier way. Create a group, you just hit Control 1 through 9 when you have whatever units you want. And if you're going to add to them, I find it simpler just to select the ones you already have and then hit your mouse and drag over the new units instead of doing it the other way. I don't understand what add to group is, but that's how I do it. Maybe somebody on the forum can explain it a little better than me. Remove anything from a group is Control minus, I think. Just to look at it is Alt and 1 through 9. I don't know what purpose that gives. Next unit and previous unit, I don't know what the purpose of that would be either, because most groups are big group. Most groups are the same unit. That's the whole purpose of grouping units. You usually just only group one type of unit. So find unit hotkeys. Idle villager is V. Find villager is Control V. Find idle villager in group is C. I might have changed some of these around, so it might be different for you. Find military, Control and that. I don't know Find military by type, unmapped. I don't know what that will do. It makes it sound like you would find, you know, a certain military unit, but I don't understand how. Waiting for key input. Okay, that's just typing in a key. So that's not it. I don't know how you would select a type of unit. Maybe when you put in a key there and you have 3 types, you hit it and it will select all the type of one unit, then you hit it again, it might jump over to the next type. I don't know, maybe somebody else knows. Find idle naval units. Find all of the selected unit. So if you have one unit, let's say you have a gastroid and you hit that button, it will select every type of that unit. I like that because there's so many times where I have 2 groups and I push the hotkey to select all units, but I don't want all units. I just want that one type. So I might change that for the future for myself too, to something. I ain't got a clue what, but I might use that. Alright, now these are just find scout, find ship, and whatnot, all the way down. And all these you can change to whatever fits your game style best. Control T has been used a few times. I don't know why it's conflicting that bad. I don't do any of these, so I guess that's a good thing. Oh, okay. Control T. These are 3 different types of buildings for 3 different types of civilizations. There we go. Select all idle villagers. Control V. Alt V. That's something that everybody wants. Select all military. That's what I changed it to. It'll be different for you. All ragged, all infantry, all cavalry, all siege, all naval. That'd be beneficial for a lot of people. Building construction hotkeys. Same thing. When you have your villagers, you hit B, you're going to build that. A, you're going to build the archery range, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So you can decide what you want this to be, or you can memorize these and use these for yourself, but every single thing that you can build, you got a hotkey for, and even repair for R. I use that one sometimes. Town center hotkeys. This is something good for some people to remember. All you have to do is hit W to ring the bell to get them to come in or return to work. I mean, you can do it eject garrisoned units, but usually when you ring the bell, you just want them to hide, and then when they're done, you want them to go right back to doing what they normally were doing. So W is pretty much the only one that I find useful on this one. Market hotkeys. A, caravan. Shift A, make more. I was wrong. A for villager. So when you want to create villagers, all you have to do is hit the A button and then Shift A for 5 of them. So I'll correct that. So when I'm playing the game, I actually do hit A or Shift A to make a bunch of villagers. And same with the market for caravans. Merchant transport. Eject garrison units is E. Tower hotkeys, E. As I said, there's a lot in this group, but not much in the subcategory. Greek barracks hotkeys. And this works pretty much, as I go down, you will see this is pretty much identical. When you look at units in the building itself, from left to right, it's going to go A, S, D, F. And this is what I mean by that. If you look at the barracks, it goes A for 1, multiple, Shift A for spearmen. Then the next one on the list is your two-handed swordsman, S, Shift S, hoplites, D, Shift D. I mean, if you look at the ranges, it's exactly the same thing. And remember, when you hold shift, you're going to make 5. I don't even need to go through all these, but see, okay, even this one, it goes all the way to G. ASDF is normally it, though. Not many things have more than that. Okay, your fortresses are a little different. A and Shift A. You can actually set up something for advisor units. Multiple advisor units. Has an eject. It has 2 multiple advisor units. So that would be for people that have 2 of them, I guess. Because there is age 3 and age 4, isn't there? So yeah, so those would be hotkeys for your age 3, probably the first one. Then the second one is your age 4. Greek temple, A Shift A, and then it's Egyptian, and I'm going to just run through them really quick. But it's pretty much it's the same thing as before. The advisor units. There's nothing really different here. I just want to go through it and make sure that I'm not missing anything. Now we know why this is so big, because it's going to go through all 4 civilizations. The A and the Shift A and whatnot like this is really the best thing to do to build units instead of click, click, click. But that is it. That's all your hotkeys. Creating a group is a big one. How you build with what I just showed you is another big thing. But I hope this helps some people out. If there's any questions on any of this, this is my first time going through every hotkey because I don't use half of them. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask on the post. You have a good one.